It's a song of defiance as these girls stand up against one of Tanzania's darkest traditions, the cutting season. Their relatives wanted to mutilate their genitals to prepare them for marriage, but they have fled to Robi Samweli's safe house instead. It's a refuge that she herself never had. When she was just 13, she became an FGM victim after watching her friend bleed to death from it.
She undergo the FGM, but she died, and her parents thrown her in the bushes. So it pained me very much. And when my parents asked me to undergo FGM, I can say it's reminded me. But I asked my mother, please, my mother, really I don't want to undergo this practice. And she said, you must undergo. I didn't have any body.
And that's why Ms. Samweli wants every girl to have a place to run to. In the last 2 weeks, more than 160 have arrived on her doorstep. Her team will feed and house them all and give them the best chance at a job or education. But to get here, they have had to flee their own families.
At home, they were forcing me to get mutilated so that I can get married. I kept thinking about the effects, and also the man who wanted to marry me is an old man and not a good match. So I refused and ran away to my uncle. But as I ran, I fell and injured my leg. Even now, the scars are visible.
FGM remains illegal in Tanzania, but some tribes still practice it. It is considered a rite of passage from when a girl becomes a woman, and it is normally followed by early marriage. Parents want their girls to have FGM because they can fetch a higher value for them when they're married off, often as young as 13 years old. For the girls, though, it's lose-lose. If they survive the mutilation, they often suffer lifelong complications, and if they don't, in some tribes, their bodies are simply abandoned in the wild, and the parents often don't believe that's wrong. And that is how one former cutter claims she was able to cut more than 700 girls in just a day, using only a few razor blades. And when you saw the pain the girls were going through, didn't you ever think it was wrong?
When I was doing that, of course there's pain, and I started to think, this work isn't right, but I kept going because I had to earn money for my family.
Parents paid her for the service, and the community leaders took a percentage too. They are payments based on pain, and the commodity is the future of young girls. But Ms. Samweli's team has a different vision. The local government, church and social workers all work together to change parents' attitudes. And they're made to sign affidavits to make sure their daughters remain safe when they return. As for the girls, they have had to run from the only worlds they have ever known. Many are scared and scarred. But in the backs of their minds is the faintest of hopes that one day they may just be able to finish school. Ashby CCTV in Tanzania.